There's so much misinformation out there, and today I want to talk to you about something that every parent, caregiver, and child needs to know. The biggest myths about online safety that put kids at risk. By the end of this video, you'll know the biggest internet safety myths that parents and kids still believe and why they're dangerous. You'll also understand the real threats children face online, from predators to privacy risks. Most importantly, you'll learn practical, actionable steps you can take today to protect your child and create an open, ongoing conversation about online safety. We all want to believe that we're doing enough to protect our kids online. Maybe you've set up parental controls, you've talked to them about stranger dangers, or you've limited their screen time. But the truth is, online safety isn't just about rules. It's about knowledge and awareness. The internet is constantly changing, and new risks emerge every day. What worked a few years ago may not be enough anymore, which is why it's so important to stay informed. Hi, I'm Alicia Kozak. I was the first child abducted by an internet predator, and for over 20 years, I've made it my mission to protect families from the evolving dangers online. From speaking in schools to educating the public through media, from working with law enforcement and shaping critical legislation, I've dedicated my life to making the digital world safer. Many parents believe their children are safe online because they've set up private accounts. They've had to talk about stranger danger or have installed a parental app. But the reality is the digital world is constantly changing, and what we think is safe just might not be enough. So today we're going to bust 5 common internet safety myths and talk about what you can do to truly protect your kids online. Let's get started. Karma, stop snoring. Karma, shh, you're snoring. Myth number 1. If an app is popular, it must be safe for kids. Let's be honest. Kids love apps like TikTok, YouTube, Snapchat, and Roblox. If their friends are using them, they want them too. And parents often assume that if an app is popular, then it must be safe, or at least have protections in place for kids. But that isn't always true. Many apps lack strong moderation and allow strangers to interact with children. Some apps have hidden dangers like unfiltered content, predators posing as kids, or in-app purchases that can cost families thousands. Live streaming is one of the biggest risks that many parents overlook. Many social media and gaming platforms allow kids to broadcast themselves live, often with little to no content moderation. Predators frequently watch these streams, commenting in seemingly innocent ways to build rapport with young users. They might ask questions about where the child lives, what school they go to, or what their favorite activities are, slowly gathering personal information. Many children don't even realize how much they are sharing because the questions seem harmless. Algorithms also play a significant role in exposing kids to harmful content. Even on platforms like YouTube, a child who starts watching innocent videos can quickly be led down a path of disturbing content. Videos that promote dangerous challenges, conspiracy theories, or unhealthy behaviors can be suggested just automatically. This means that even if your child starts with safe content, they might not stay in a safe place for long. Gaming apps present another layer of risk. Online games create an environment where strangers can interact easily with kids, often without any parental supervision. Predators will frequently pose as friendly players using the shared experience of the game to build trust. They may offer virtual gifts, help the child complete a difficult level, or chat casually about the game before shifting the conversation toward personal topics. Once trust is established, they might suggest moving to a different messaging app where there's even less oversight. The first step to ensuring an app is safe for your child is to familiarize yourself with it. Download it, explore its settings, and understand the risks that it presents. Many parents set up an account and skim the features, but they don't really take the time to understand how their child might interact with others on the platform. It's important to sit down with your child and discuss what they see, who they talk to, and what kind of content does appear on their feed. Even if an app has strong parental controls, they are not foolproof. Kids often find ways around restrictions, so regular monitoring and conversations are key. Another crucial aspect of online safety is recognizing red flags. If a person online asks to move a conversation to a different platform, encourages secrecy, or repeatedly tries to build an emotional connection, those are signs of grooming. Children should know that if something feels even slightly off, they can come to you without any fear of punishment. Open communication and ongoing conversations help ensure that if something does go wrong, your child won't be afraid to tell you about it. Myth number 2. My kid knows not to talk to strangers online. I hear this one all the time. I've taught my kid about stranger danger. They know how to not talk to people they don't know. But here's the thing. Predators aren't always obvious. They don't start conversations by saying, "Hey, I'm the bad guy. Let's chat." Instead, they blend in. They pretend to be kids. They talk about favorite games, school, or hobbies, and they make the kids feel comfortable, sometimes over weeks or even months. A predator might send a friendly message on a gaming app pretending to be another 10-year-old who loves the same thing your child does. Over time, they build trust before asking for personal information, inappropriate pictures, or even a secret meetup. Predators also exploit emotional vulnerability. If a child shares that they are feeling lonely, they're struggling with school, or having trouble with friends, predators then use this information to make them feel understood and valued. This manipulation makes kids more likely to keep secrets, even from parents that they do trust. Instead of just telling your kids, don't talk to strangers, we need to teach them how to recognize these red flags. If someone online asks for personal details, wants to move to another app, or tries to keep a conversation a secret, that's a big warning sign. Teaching kids to trust their instincts and understand when an interaction feels off is just as important as warning them about strangers. Myth number 3, private accounts keep kids safe. It's great if your child's social media is set to private, but private doesn't mean invisible. Even with a private account, kids might accept friend requests from people they don't actually know, share personal details or posts, or be exposed to dangerous trends, cyberbullying, or even scams. For example, a kid posts a harmless video of their pet in their front yard. That sounds pretty innocent, right? But a stranger notices the street sign in the background, figures out where they live, and then can use this information to groom them, or worse, find them. Many private accounts also share information indirectly through comments, likes, or even tagged locations in friends' posts. Kids don't always realize that even a private profile can expose them to risks. Privacy settings are helpful, but they are not foolproof. Teaching kids to think critically about what they share, even on private accounts, is essential. Myth number 4. If something bad happens, my kid's going to tell me. Many parents assume that if their child encounters something upsetting online, whether it's cyberbullying, inappropriate content, or a dangerous interaction, they will immediately speak up. But the reality is, many kids don't tell their parents when something bad happens. And there are several reasons why children keep online issues to themselves. Some feel embarrassed or ashamed, thinking they should have known better. Others worry about getting in trouble or fear that their parents will take away their device as a punishment. For many kids, the idea of losing internet access is way worse than dealing with the problem alone. They may believe they can handle it themselves or assume that nothing can be done to even fix the situation. Now, cyberbullying is one of the most common online dangers that kids experience, and it doesn't always look the way that adults expect. It can be relentless teasing, exclusion from online groups, or even coordinated attacks where multiple people gang up on the child. The effects can be really devastating, impacting a child's self-esteem, mental health, or even their school performance. If kids don't feel like they have a safe space to talk about these experiences, they may suffer. Another major issue is inappropriate messaging and grooming. Many predators slowly build trust over time, making their victims feel like they're in a special, secret relationship or friendship. If a child does send a personal photo or engages in a conversation they later regret, they might feel trapped. The predator may use threats like saying they will share the picture with the child's family or friends if they don't send more. This cycle of fear and manipulation makes it even harder for kids to come forward. To ensure children feel comfortable speaking up, parents need to create an environment of trust. If a child thinks they will be punished or lectured for coming forward, they are less likely to do so. Instead of reacting with anger, focus on problem solving. Let them know that no matter what has happened, you're on their side, and you will work together to fix it. Regularly checking in about their online experiences without judgment or interrogating them helps keep the lines of communication open. It's also important to teach kids that recognizing when they need help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Many kids assume that they should be able to handle issues on their own, but the truth is, even adults struggle with online safety challenges. Reassuring children that they won't be in trouble for asking for help is one of the most effective ways to keep them safe. Myth number 5. Internet safety is just common sense. Many parents assume that because their child is smart, tech-savvy, and has grown up with the internet, they naturally know how to stay safe. But internet safety is not just common sense, it's a learned skill. Even adults fall for online scams. They overshare personal information and struggle to recognize things like fake news. If adults with years of life experience can be tricked online, how can we expect kids to navigate these challenges without guidance? One of the biggest issues is that kids often don't fully grasp the long-term consequences of their online actions. They may not realize that something they post today, whether it's just a joke, a picture, or a personal detail, could come back to affect them even years later. They also may not understand how their data is being collected, stored, and shared by companies. The idea that once something is online, it's there forever isn't really just a saying. It's a reality that many people don't fully comprehend until it's too late. Another risk is that children are more susceptible to online scams and manipulative tactics. They might not recognize phishing emails, fake profiles, or deceptive advertising. They might think that just because a website looks professional, it must be legitimate. Without proper education, even tech-savvy kids can fall victim to fraud, identity theft, or online extortion. Then there's peer pressure, which also plays a significant role in online behavior. Kids might feel pressured to share their passwords with friends, participate in viral challenges, or send pictures they aren't comfortable with. They may fear social rejection if they refuse, and this makes them more likely to take risks online. The need for belonging and approval can sometimes override better judgment, which is why proactive conversations are so important. Teaching kids how to think critically about what they see, who they interact with, and what they share online is essential. They need to know how to recognize scams, question suspicious messages, and verify whether information is credible at all. They also need to feel empowered to say no. Anything that makes them feel uncomfortable without worrying about being judged by their peers. Now, internet safety is not just about rules. It's about building skills that children can use throughout their lives. The more we help kids develop critical thinking and awareness, the better equipped they will be to navigate the online world safely. And online safety isn't about fear. It's about being smart and prepared. The digital world is always changing, but by having conversations, setting boundaries, and staying informed, we can keep kids safer online. As a survivor and an advocate, I want you to know that this isn't just information. It's a call to action. Look, predators are real. Dangers are real, but so is our power to protect kids. If you're looking for more ways to protect your family and have these conversations, I go even deeper into these topics in my book, The Internet Safety Guidebook, Protecting Kids in the Digital Age. It's filled with real stories, practical tips, and steps you can take today to help keep your kids safe online. You can find it at the link below. And if you found this video helpful, hit like and subscribe for more tips on keeping kids safe in the digital world. Let's work together to protect kids, because every child deserves to be safe. Thanks for watching.